How we doing? Fox back again with another tutorial. Today it's with Native Instruments Massive, and I'm going to show you how I would go about making the bass from Jess Glynne right here with Massive. I'm sure everybody knows the track. Again, it's been out for quite a while. Well, I don't even know if it's out yet, but it's going to do well in the charts whether we want it to or not. Really catchy beat, really decent bass line. This is the track if you haven't heard it.
Right here, you got me where you want me, now I'm right here, waiting for your calling, now I'm right here, you got me where you want me, now I'm right here, right here, right.
This is my attempt at making the bass.
Right here, you got me where you want me, now I'm
Pretty good in my eyes. It's not nothing too hard either. It's not too stressful. It's 3 basic oscillators, bit of filter modulation, a little bit of phasing. Yeah, and that's it. So let me open up Massive. I've got a little bit of external processing on here, just a bit of EQing just to cut out the highs that I didn't want, and a tiny bit of saturation, only 1.14 dBs of drive. So we'll turn these off for now so you can hear just the pure Massive patch. I'll go ahead and create a new sound. I'm going to mute everything else so it's just Massive. Okay, first oscillator change to a sine square. Pull the wavetable all the way to the left so it's a sine. Hold Alt and pull down once to pull it down 1 octave. I'm going to offset this to 0.07 just to detune it slightly. Route it all the way to filter 1. That's the subby element of the sound. Oscillator 2, click, turn it on. Change this to a sine square as well. Pull it all the way to left to another sine. Pitch this one down to -1197. Just so it's detuned slightly the other way from the one we've already got. Just helps thicken it up. It's a real subby bass, you can tell that as soon as you hear it. Route this to filter 1 as well, we're only going to use 1 filter. Oscillator 3 is one of the virtual analog ones, and it's pulse to source sync. Pull it all the way to the left so it's pulse, and pull the sync all the way to the left. Pitch it down 1 octave, -12, and I pushed it to plus 0.4. Okay, I used a bit of modulation oscillator. I pitched it down 1 octave as well, -12. I used phase for oscillator 1. The phase I set just above the ultimate 0, about 3 of these little lines. I'm going to modulate this with an envelope later on. And I used filter FM of 1 as well, and I pulled it down to about the same amount. Can't really hear what this is doing yet until we modulate it with an envelope later. I didn't use any feedback for this sound. We'll go ahead and set the filter up now. Put this all the way to the top so it's serial. I used a low pass 2 filter. Put the cutoff pretty much dead center, just slightly to the left of center. Resonance back to about 10 o'clock. Make sure this mix button is all the way to the top, mix 1 and 2. We are going to have filter 2 turned on, and we're going to have the volume up full, but we're not going to have any filter chose on it. We'll set up the master envelope now quickly. It's not much different to what it comes as standard, just back the attack off slightly a little bit more. And that's pretty much it. Check this button, trigger 0 reset for envelope 4. Okay, we'll go to the voicing section now. Didn't do anything too stressful in here, just gave it 4 voices. Change it to monophonic because it's a bass patch. I want it to sound even wider, I want it to accentuate the sub part of it, so I turn the pitch cutoff on and move this slider up ever so slightly, just so you can hardly see it. And then to the oscillator section, then turn the glide off. Check this button, restart by gate. Okay, envelope 2 is what I used for that main envelope for the filter. So drag it, drop it in the first modulation box, drag it all the way down to 0, and then push it back up slightly, just so you can see a little bit of grey at the bottom there. Set envelope 2 up now, quite a long attack, between 12 and 1 I'd say. Keep the level round full, decay round to full, decay level to about 4 o'clock. Pretty much keep the release where it is as standard. Starting to get there now. Okay, use some insert effects and some effects on the end of the chain. Let me check the routing quickly, make sure I haven't messed anything around. Yeah, I'll change insert 2 to here. Click these 2 B's so that it all flows straight through and out. And we're going to FX1 first. Feedback at the back. Yeah, so it's going to go from oscillator 1 to 2 to 3 through the noise and feedback that we're not using into FX1 and then out. Okay, so that's it for the routing. Oscillator section we've done. Voicing we've done. We're going to go to the insert effects now. Turn the insert 1 on. Use a parabolic shaper. Insert 2, click it, turn it on, use a sine shaper. This is a form of distortion. This is what gives it the gritty edge at the start of the notes. Pull the drive back to about 11, dry wet just a little bit lower, in between 10 and 11 o'clock. Use envelope 2 to close this dry wet up. So you just get the grit at the start of the notes. Check this one, trigger 0 reset as well. Okay, FX1 I didn't use, but you can use a dimension expander because that's the only one I used. Dimension expander, the dry wet was on about 10 o'clock. The size was kept dead center. Turn the EQ on, boost the lows, push the boost round to about 2, frequency knob back to about 10, and the high shelf back to about 10. Modulate these 2 with the envelope as well. Click it, first modulation box for the low shelf and a boost. Pull the boost back to about 11, and the low shelf just between 11 and 12. This envelope is then going to close these over that desired amount as the night progresses. play with this to taste really. It's this sync knob now it's all done that gives it the flavour that you want. All the way to the left, it's more subby. The more sync you dial around, the grittier it is. I mean, if you're trying to recreate the sound exactly, it's a lot more subby, but I personally like it with a little bit more of this sync. I'm going to modulate these phase knob now down to 0 and the FM down to 0 as well with this envelope. And that's the patch done. One thing I did do in the key tracking, I came in here, the notes I was playing was, you'll see them flash up here. I kept this one where it were, I just levelled this one off slightly. It's already set to 1, filter 1, set it to filter 2 as well, even though we're not using it. There you go, so yeah, this is the original. What I'll do is I'll show you the processing I've got on this channel here. This kick I've done to show you the difference between the two.
You got me where you want me now.
As you can see on this one, this is the original track. I've just filtered out the lows.
You got me where you want me now. I'm right here.
As it's the bass and the lows that we were trying to make. I've put a kick back in because that was cut out when I removed the lows.
You got me where you want me now. I'm right
And then with my bass.
waiting for your calling. Now I'm right here. You got me where you want me now. I'm right here. Right here. Right here. You got me where you want me now.
I'll flip between the two now. I'll turn this on and then I'll solo this group and this so you can see the similarities there. It's really good. I'm pretty happy with it. So original.
You got me where you want me now. I'm right here. Waiting for your calling. Now I'm right here. You got me where you want me now. I'm right here. Right here. Right here. You got me where you want me now. I'm right here. Waiting for your calling. Now
I'll turn these external effects on now just so you can hear what effect I have. Saturator.
you got me where you want me now. I'm right.
Without. Just warms it up. There you have it, the bass from Jess Glynne right here, made with Native Instruments Massive. If you enjoyed this and there's any other basses that you want me to try and have a go at making with Massive or the Virus, please leave me comments below and I'll try to do them. I've done one recently for somebody who wanted a Dubai style drum and bass. I'll post a link to that in the description for this if you want to see me try and make other sounds that are already out. Make sure you subscribe. As always, it's Sound Design Tutorials. Tweet me at Sound Design Tuts. Okay, cheers. Thanks.